Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and I am playing and reviewing Peacemakers Horrors of War. I did a preview of this one. This is the follow-up to Dawn of Peacemakers using mostly the same mechanics and system. And a disclaimer that I got a review copy of the final game. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So in Peacemakers, you represent adventurers who are trying to broker peace between warring factions. This is a non-violent game. In this case, I'm playing Scenario 4, because in the preview I did a simpler one, but I wanted to show you how the game gets a bit more complicated. There are 6 scenarios in all, and they have a bunch of achievements and optional difficulty modifiers you can add on to increase the variability. But you have different armies, each with a motivation track. In this battle, it's a bit more complicated than normal. I've got the Iguana army going against the Toucan army, but then I've got these Ocelot units that start out allied with the Iguanas, but their loyalty can switch back and forth throughout the battle. And how I win is if I can get both armies to simultaneously be in the green, where their motivation is so low they don't really want to fight anymore, then I win. If either army goes all the way to the 0 space, to the flag, then they surrender, the other army wins, and hostilities will continue, and the other army will get greedy and invade somewhere else. That's not what we want. And then here's the actual battle setup for this scenario. So I'm controlling 2 characters. Just to show you how that works, we start in the center. We've got the Ocelots here currently facing toward the Toucan, but if they switch allegiances, they'll be like, hey, let's shoot you now, Iguanas. We've got the Iguanas on the left, the Toucans on the right. The units have different meeples. They're really nice. And you add these little bases to them, which will have a gear shape, a star shape, or a circle shape. And that's going to control which units activate with these unique activation decks that each army has. And here they're fighting over this oasis, which has a torch icon on it. That is the motivation icon. So whichever army holds that will gain a free motivation point, make it harder for them to give up. You've also got some forests with little hiding ocelot symbols. That means that they have stealth. If you're in a forest, you can't be attacked unless somebody's next to you. The oasis has a shield, which means it gives you free armor. When you get attacked there, you take less damage. Some of the spots have these little X'd out symbols. That means they're impassable, except for specifically these Toucan swoopers. These 2 units here can pass over and stay on those places. And yep, then there's us. And how a round goes, first we have an adventurer phase. We'll have cards in our hand, and we can play 1 or more of them to do actions. There's no player order. You can kind of resolve actions whatever order you want. Then we have an army phase where the top card of each left and right deck for armies is flipped over, and the combination, like here regenerating advance, as well as the sum of these lightning bolts, will determine what order the armies act and what they do with their activation. And then we have a status phase where we check if the game has ended, and we do it all over again. So the main detail in the game are these cards that you play, because these actually control things. So let's go through the actions. First of all, each card has its own unique effect down here that you can play it for. And all of those will have a bonus for a given one of the 4 adventurers, even if they're not in the game. So for example, Safe Haven would put down 2 fortifications, those block damage, or 3 if it was this adventurer playing it. But I don't have them in the game. These cards are being held by this guy here, who is Tambatro, a Gold Dust Day Gecko. It's one of my characters, and I'm also doing Nabo, a Marbled Polecat. And luckily for him, both of the cards I drew have his bonus, so they are more effective if he's the one to use them. But cards can also be discarded for basic actions. The big one, maybe the most important in the game, is this top one here called Survey. That lets you pick an army that you are nearby. That means you're standing in the same space as one of their units, and flip this many cards. I think all the cards will show 1 eyeball. Flip that many cards that are face down from the top of one of their decks. So you can find out, hey, they're going to be unexpected this turn. And if you keep on playing more of them, you just keep on going, skipping any face down cards. So you could know a lot of what's coming for the next several rounds. And then there are tons of cards that let you discard these or reorganize them or move them. So your knowledge can be helpful in that way. Then there's also movement. You discard these and you can move up to the number of boots shown in spaces. These ones are putting down fortifications. You can put down those in a space you're occupying. And if a unit gets attacked while they're in those spaces, the cubes will take the damage first. And then finally, you can delegate. If you're on the same space as another adventurer, you can give the card to them. So that's basically a free trade action. And we start with 4 cards dividing evenly among the players. So if we were playing 4-player, we each get 1. And at the end of each round, we again get 4 cards evenly divided among the players. So here I'm going to get 2 cards for each character each round. And those are the basics, but just to quickly mention stats. So pretty much all the units are identical here, like all the main units. Each faction has a leader, that has 2 range, how far they can attack, 3 attack damage, how much damage they deal, and 8 life. So all 3 of the leaders of the factions are the same like that. And then they each have a basic warrior, the Iguana Devotee, 2 range, 3 attack, 5 life. Same thing for the Toucan Knight. The Ocelot Archers are a little better. You'll see that they have like the stat that is different highlighted here. They can attack at 3 range instead of 2. The Toucan Swoopers are more mobile, as I mentioned, but they're a little bit worse. They only have 4 life instead of 5. And yeah, that's basically it. All the rest of the unique stuff will come out in the decks. The big one being the Toucans have this secrecy mechanic where like some of their cards I can't peer behind because they like to keep their secrets. But let's not worry about that for now. Let's just jump in with playing. So we have our first adventurer phase, and I could use Lost Missive to discard cards from a nearby army. I could use Mixed Group to change which type of units are activated, and then I could put down a bunch of fortifications. Now, at the start of the battle, you'll see the iguanas are at 11 motivation, and the toucans are at 9, because the iguanas have the ocelots on their side. So I definitely want the iguanas to kind of take more hits and get knocked down more at the beginning of the fight, which makes me think maybe I should do something to stop a potential iguana advance into the oasis. I'd kind of rather the toucans have that to start. So to that end, I'm going to go ahead and have Tembatru give all his cards to Nabo, the polecat, and Nabo will discard one of them that is not keyed to him to get up to 3 movement. And I just want him to go to the hangout with the iguanas. And then let's go ahead and survey what they're going to do this turn, because I can then discard it or change the type of unit doing it if it's problematic. So the right card is always like the main action. Are they advancing? Are they attacking? Are they hunkering down and defending? The left card is like a modifier, although the modifiers often determine whether like motivation is being lost or not. This is exactly what I didn't want. I'm glad I looked at this. Each gear iguana moves 1 space forward. So I could discard that with Lost Missive to make sure that they don't, but who knows, the next card might be the exact same thing. So I think instead I'm going to go in and play Mixed Group. A nearbys next army. Oh man, this won't help. Darn it, it's by their gear or their star, but there is no option to make it their circle, who is their leader. All right, well then, let's do this. I'll go ahead and use Mixed Group, since now I know it's not as useful as I thought, to look at the next card down, which is a circle advance. And if the toucans were secretive, the iguanas would lose 1 motivation. They aren't. You can tell where the secret cards are at the top of their deck. All right, so I will finally. We've used up all our cards, but it's not great. But I'm going to go ahead and discard any 1 or 2 cards from a nearby army. I will just discard this 1 advance. Discarded cards go down below their deck, and that's actually where you move cards they're about to resolve to. And yeah, it's all the cards in my hand, but at least I have prevented an immediate oasis seize by the iguanas. And then we finish up. So let's see. The iguanas are doing a doomed advance with circle. The ocelots are doing an egoistic fortify. The toucans are doing a conspiring advance. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to mention this, but each of the adventurers would have drawn 2 cards at the end of that round. Okay, so now we compare initiative. This is 3 plus 5, 8.9. The ocelots are 5.5. And the iguanas are 8.7. So we got our toucans going first. And what are they doing? They are doing a conspiring advance of circle. So they gain 1 motivation. If they were secretive, which would mean that they had triggered, so these secret cards, this one that's on top now, when that's triggered, basically they resolve the next card in their deck, but they're also secretive for the round, which, as you can see, will affect other cards. But also, we cannot survey below this card right now. Like, we are locked from finding out what their modifier is going to be until that card is resolved. So if they were secretive, the iguanas would lose 1 motivation. Oh, and the ocelots would switch to the toucan side. Wow, that would have been big. But yeah, so they're just getting 1 motivation. Scoot my camera up a bit so they can go above their beginning max. And the circle toucans are moving forward 1, which are our flying friends. Don't know if they're accomplishing much there except putting themselves in danger, but good job. Next, the iguanas are doing a doomed advance. So they have like this whole thing about being a nihilist, kind of. The iguana army, like each army has its own personality. So it says for each defeated ally, each iguana in this group gains +1 attack and +1 defense for this round. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, the iguanas kind of like gain strength from dying. And then they can also come back to life and like regenerate. But here all we're doing is each circle iguana moves 1 space forward. And the toucans are not secretive, so we ignore the next part. So their leader comes a little closer to the town. Great. And then finally, the ocelot allies. If the ocelot side has the higher motivation, and they do, their side gets +1, so now the iguanas are at 12. This is not great, by the way. Both sides gain motivation. I want them to stop wanting to fight. And then circle ocelots place fortifications on their space, which is just one of their 2 archers. And he might move out of that space, so the fortifications are not like linked to the unit, they're on the space. All right, so that was not a great round by any stretch. Maybe I want to let them kill each other a bit. By the way, if the leader of any one side is defeated, that side immediately goes down to 0 motivation, so you can't let that happen. But they have 8 life, so usually it's going to take a lot of work for that to take place. Okay, going into round 2, my polecat has carrier pigeon cards. I can play this to draw 1 card from the resource deck, and then give 1 or 2, if I was the other guy, cards from your hand to another player. And they can give you 1. Oh, because it is great, so it just kind of replaces itself and lets us send cards to each other. Then Tambatru has another carrier pigeon, and lost missives. So Tambatru or Nabo could use the carrier pigeon to send lost missive to the person that will be able to use it better. Although for now, I'm really not sure what to do. We're in good spaces. Let's let things play out and build up some cards, because really you need more of a hand sometimes to really affect things in a meaningful way. So we're just going to each draw 2 more cards. You don't look at them until you've divided them up among the players, and let the next round happen how it will. All right, a few weird things this time with question marks for timing. So the toucans are secretive for this round because they played that top card, and they immediately resolve the next card on their deck, which means they're arrogant. They're going to lose motivation for being secretive, but they're a 10.9. And then the Ocelot's got a surprise card. We're going to roll this d12 to find out what their actual initiative is, which is going to be 5 plus 1, 6.2. So they're in the middle. It's going to be toucans, ocelots, iguanas. Okay, so what are the toucans doing? If they're secretive, they lose 1 motivation. So they're back down to 9. That's great. And we won't look at the otherwise. And then every star toucan moves 1 space forward. Hey, they seized the town, which, now maybe is not as good because they're going right back up to 10 since they hold it. But there we go. They have, they are right in each other's faces. Soon they're going to start murdering. Okay, next the ocelots do a surprise hunt. Okay, so if this order has the highest lightning, which it didn't, -1 of the ocelots switch sides. Jeez. Okay, they're really pretty volatile. Okay, circle attacks, prioritizing the enemy leader. And then if the enemy leader took no damage, they lose, or their army's side loses 1 motivation. So in this case, the circle guy, there's only 1 of them, has a 3 range. And, they can reach the enemy leader, because units don't block line of sight or anything. There's 1, 2, 3. And they deal 3 damage. That guy has no defense or anything. So you can put 3 of these things either on his space if he's one of multiple, or in this case, we can just put him right on his picture. So he's now down to 5 life. Remember, if he dies, the game is over. Okay, and then we got a doomed strike for the iguanas. The doom part doesn't matter, but all of their gear people are striking. Oh my gosh, this is going to hurt. So it's everybody. Oh god, maybe I should have not taken that turn off. So how striking works is everyone picks their target first, and then all the damage happens at once. And things like armor and such are only applied once to the combined damage from the attack. So how damage priority or attacking priority works is the unit first looks for the nearest person they can attack, which in this case for him would be them, for him would be them or them, and for him would be him or him. Oh, so actually this isn't going to be as bad as I thought. I thought they were just going to murder that center guy. And then their priority is the person that is directly in front of the way they're looking within the nearest range. And then other priorities are broken by going clockwise from that person. So this guy's going to attack him because he's directly in front. This guy's going to attack him because he's nearest directly in front. This guy's going to attack him. So actually none of them are taking more than, 3 damage normally? So this toucan swooper is nearly dead already. He's only got 4 life to begin with. The guy in this oasis, though, is okay. He's got the 1 shield, so he only took 2 damage. And our last friend up there is also almost dead. That is nearly half the toucan army wiped out. I gotta do something here. Maybe get the ocelots on their side somehow. I'm not sure. This is a really good card. So there are sometimes special cards that get added to the player deck. In this scenario, there's 1 of each inspiration card. So this is Washira's Invitations. First of all, they are great cards on their own. This plus symbol means if you play the card, you get to do the action and you get to draw a replacement card. But they also have this special ability. It's 1 for each leader. So if Washira is nearby, that's the ocelot leader there, then draw 3 cards from 1 ocelot deck and then place them back face up in any order. That's pretty wild. Maybe I can find a way to make the ocelots join the toucans with that. Now that's Nabo's stuff, and he's farther away, well not that far, from the ocelot leader. But I could use the carrier pigeon to send it to Tambatro, the gecko, and then he could get down. Meanwhile, let's see. Look at this, emergency care, remove it to 2 damage, or if it's Tambatro, which is the one who has this card, up to 4 from a nearby unit, so we can fully heal that embattled Toucan there. Oh, he got 2 of them? This is so good. Okay, so he's going to play one of those before we do anything else. Heal this guy right up. Now, the other guy isn't like in immediate danger, so I think we might leave these. Let's go and have Sabo, the polecat, play a carrier pigeon. So he gets to draw a card, and then he can give up to 1 card and take up to 1 card from the other player. So you draw the Cunning Retreat. Ooh, choose a nearby unit and move them 1 space backwards. That can be pretty good to like get them out of harm's way. Okay, and then he's going to send, which one was it? Oh, the Washira's Invitation, and he'll give the Lost Missives that Sabo can use better. Sabo also has a nearby army's next order, gains +5 or +10 if it's the Gecko doing it. Initiative. Well, let's go ahead and try to find out what the heck's going on here. I'm not going to worry about the Toucan. If they attack, it's okay. The other side is winning right now. So let's focus here. I'm going to use my other emergency care to move the Gecko to be with the Ocelots to invite them. And emergency care had a move and a plus, so they're going to draw Guidance. Move any 1 card, because we're not the bird, from a nearby army to any other position in their deck. Ooh, so we can just like take a card that we don't like and move it to the bottom. Okay, so then I didn't actually do the move. Walk on over to his tent, buddy. Okay, so now here we go. So let's do it. So we're going to draw 3 cards from one of the 2 decks, and then we can reorder them. But you know what? Before we do that, let's use Carrier Pigeon to look at one of the other ones. So I mainly want, I think the stuff on their left is more likely to like make motivation go away and have them switch sides and stuff. So let's look at 1 card on the right. So they're going to fortify, specifically their 1-star guy. That doesn't matter too much. Now let's do Washira's Invitation on the left pile. So we have to look at the next 3 of these and reorder them however we want. Okay, so Revoke just cancels their next action and their side gets -1. Surprise is the one that can make them switch sides. And, they've already got a pretty high order there, or decently high, right? Well, I guess not. Advancing tends to have 5. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave the surprise on top. Revoke can be whatever's coming next. And then Unexpected just changes which group activates. That one doesn't matter too much. So I can put them back in any order. And yeah, I kind of like this. So they're not going to attack anybody this turn, but they might switch to the Toucan side, which I'd be fine with, especially until they get a little weakened. Now, I don't think I need to change where any card is in the deck yet, so let's hang on to Guidance. Now, moving over to our friends, the Iguanas. Cunning Retreat lets me survey and then draw a card, so let's do that. And I get, another emergency care. Do I know what they're going to do? They're probably going to strike again, right? Yeah, I feel like I should find out what this is. Okay, Gear is going to advance, which wouldn't actually be too bad. We'll just put them more in the Toucan's face. So that I don't mind. Let's do... Hurry Up could make the Ocelots faster to make sure that they switch sides. Maybe that's the play. Yeah, you know what? If they're just advancing, I think the Iguanas are okay. I'm going to use Carrier Pigeon for 2 movement. I'm actually going to bring my people together on the Ocelot side, and then I'm going to give the Ocelots +5 initiative, make it more likely they will switch sides. Alrighty, that's it. So they're doing a surprise fortify. We'll roll for that in a second. The Iguanas are doing a regenerating advance. Nobody's dead, so that should be okay. And then they're going to get some more motivation. They're doing an arrogant swoop. All right. So that's a 6. That's a 6. So I think they automatically, with my hurry up, win, right? Oh, they didn't even need it because that's already a 12. So they're a 17. Definitely good enough. All right, so they go first. If this order has the highest, the Iguanas lose 1 motivation and then they switch sides, which is good because I think otherwise the 2 swooping toucans would have murdered the leader. So they go murr, 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 and now they're ready to get angry over there. And the Iguanas go down to 11. Okay, next the Iguanas win the tiebreaker because they both had 6, but the 0.7 is higher. Okay, if there are defeated Iguanas, place a random one on its starting space with 3 damage, and the Toucans lose. Yeah, I'd lose motivation too if my opposing army was just coming back to life. But yeah, all they do is the Gear Iguanas move forward. Boop. Can't, because enemies and allies can't occupy the same space. Sorry, I had the angle quite a little bit wrong there. So yeah, oh my gosh, they're so close to each other. Okay, and then finally, the Toucans are not secretive, so they are getting +1 motivation. So they're at 11. Everyone's at 11. This is not what we want, people. And then each Toucan in this group, okay, the circle group, has +1 attack and defense this round. Crud. So these swoopers are attacking. Each circle toucan is attacking, and then each circle toucan who attacked an enemy was 1 space backward. and they are dealing 4 damage instead of 3. I think bye-bye iguana. They're each targeting this guy because he's the closest for a combined attack of 8. He has no defense and only 5 life, so he is dead, although the iguana's kind of like that. Whenever a non-leader unit dies, you put it here, and they take 1 damage, or sorry, 1 motivation. But then we don't like people dying on our watch. That's not what we're here for. So we add a horror card to the top of the draw deck. And this will use up one of our draws because it doesn't go to your hand and also have some kind of negative consequence. And it stays in the deck for the rest of the scenario, even when we shuffle back through it. So great. And that's right. The swooping part sends them away. So at least for now, they are not in range of anybody, even if they tried to attack again. All right, so what the heck do I do here? The Ocelots are about to revoke whatever their other order is so it doesn't resolve. And they'll give -1 motivation to the toucans. That's good. So I really want to get like on the toucans and the iguanas and try to get their motivation going down. So here, let's have our polecat spend both these cards. They'll let you move 1 and draw a new card. And we'll get the horror card the first time we go, so let's resolve that before we see the other one. Paranoia. So when cards are like this, which is most of the horror cards, there's a summon, like a little expansion they had that do not have these symbols. It affects the first one that's in the game. So here it's affecting Sabo or Nabo. Oh, you cannot survey. Discard this when you move to a space with no nearby units. Well, that actually worked out great because, well, I guess he moved to the space and then drew this. So he probably has to move again to a space with no nearby units to actually get rid of it. So let's say he goes here. I don't know. So let's him draw another card and he's no longer paranoid. And then, sorry, I had one more movement. Okay, so cool. So I am there, and all units in nearby army gain defense this round. I can swap or discard cards again. Let's see what the iguanas are doing. At the moment, the main thing I want to do is avoid striking. So let's use Defensive Spirit to look at what they're actually doing, which is doing a huge strike with 2 of their guys. And that'd be hitting the already damaged toucans. So let's say no. Let's say no. Well, first, we still can't change it with mixed group. Let's look at the next card down. And then we can discard 1 or both of them. Okay, so striking and then taking cover. That's fine. So yeah, let's just use Lost Missive to discard a strike again. Okay, that's all of Nabo's cards. Meanwhile, Tumbatra wants to get to the toucans. Could do local contacts to move 1 or just hurry up. I'll flip any card face up from any army's deck. That's pretty awesome. And then move a card of a nearby army. Those are both actually really good effects. So let's just move with Hurry Up. And they can stay near each other, and he'll be right in the Oasis here. And then, yeah, let's use Local Contacts to flip the topmost card face up on an army's deck. So let's find out what they're actually doing. Oh, they'll be secretive next turn. They're going to swoop again, which actually would be wasted because right now the toucans can't actually hit anybody with their flyers. So that's fine. Then I'm not going to use Guidance yet. I'll hang on to it. That'll be the 1 card I keep for next round. So that means unless the Ocelots go crazy, nobody should be murdered. Oh, that's right, and they're revoked. Oh, and geez, the iguanas are revoked too. This is going to be a very revoked turn. I like that. So we got 3, we got 1, we got 3. 3.4 is before 3.3. Okay, so they just lose motivation. They're down to 9. Then 3.3, what is this? Place a secret from both toucan discard piles face down on top of their respective decks, and then they try to swoop. Okay, so we do have a secret here. And they already had another one on top. There's not a secret to put in here. So they are doubly, triply secret in a second. I have no idea what they're going to do, and I can't find out. But the swooping does not happen. Because these guys only have 2 range. They don't want to fight their friends, the Ocelots. They can't reach the iguanas, and they don't move backwards either. Okay, and then the Ocelots revoked hunt happens. And hey, we're both, they're still not below where they started. But 9 and 10 is better than 11 and 11. All right, that brings us to another round. What have we got? Oh, we got, he's got it. Nabo's got the invitation from the iguanas. Heck yeah, let's do that right now and find out what we're dealing with. And yeah, kind of like the Ocelots, I want to get the things that might make their motivation go down, right? So we've got Sacrificial. Resolve the right half first. Each iguana in this group and each enemy within 1 space to them takes 1 damage. I don't like any of that stuff. Okay, Hiring. If the Ocelots are allied with the iguanas, they get +1. Otherwise, the toucans get minus... Oh, gosh. So the Ocelots are going to switch. That's not great. And then if they're defeated iguanas, place a random 1 on its starting space for 3 damage, and the toucans get... -1 motivation. Okay. So we can get their motivation going down. The regenerating one doesn't bother me too much. And the Sacrificial one, this does a lot of damage. I want the hiring one to be further down so I can decide. Oh, sorry, there we go. So that'll happen in 3 rounds, and I can like maybe move it or change it or discard it because I'm not sure if I want that to happen. So they're going to regenerate this turn and make the toucans lose a bit of heart. I only have 1 card left. Oh, and this one can actually switch things to be circle. But yeah, that's all I got. So I think I'll just stick with what I did. Meanwhile, Tambatro the Gecko is with the impenetrable toucans. He can move somebody backwards. He can get them off the oasis. He can give them defense. You know what? That's probably not the worst thing in the world because the toucans are pretty close to death if they get attacked. So I'll give all the toucan armies defense this turn on the very small chance that this is a strike card. I mean, it's a sort of like just defensive measure. Randomly, maybe it'll help out. Okay, now this will be interesting. So they're doing a regenerating cover. Okay, so no strike for my defense. The Ocelots are doing unexpected chaos. We'll see what the heck that means in a second. And secret. Draw another secret. So they're secret. Hey, they're still secret. Double secret. And confident. If any toucan is taking damage this round, they lose 1. Otherwise, they're +1. Okay. And then their secret here too. Cover. So, oh, what the? They're going to actually lose some stuff and attack? Wow, this is wild. Okay, so 4, 8, 4. And the toucans are faster than the iguanas, which might matter. I don't know. Okay, so the unexpected means that I roll to see which ocelot actually activates. But I don't think that matters here. Roll blank. You may reroll once if... Oh, no, actually it does matter because it might affect one of the other ocelots. You may reroll once if any adventure is nearby any ocelot, which we're not. Okay, so let's roll first for which type of ocelot it'll be. And it'll be gear. So the same one that I already said. And then, what are they doing? 4. The gear ocelot moves 1 space forward. Okay, oh, they could have switched sides. Okay, that's the leader, and he really wants the iguana to attack him, although they'll still prefer the guy on the oasis, so that's not too bad. Okay, next is confident cover. So no toucans have taken damage, so dang it, they go back up to 11 stuff. And then each toucan gains, each star. Oh my god, that's all 3 of them? This is going to be a nightmare. If they're secretive, they lose motivation, so they're back down to 10. And then each star toucan attacks. Oh my gosh, y'all. So this is 1, 2, 3 people attacking. This guy's going to attack the one right in front of him. They're both going to attack this space. And when there's multiple people, they prefer the one with less life, which means they're going to kill the regular iguana but not hurt the leader. I guess that's good. So yeah, this guy is straight up dead. Gives me more horror to deal with. And this guy takes 3. Yeah, we're really not doing a great job of stopping them from murdering each other, are we? And the iguanas went down to 8, by the way, but the toucans are feeling great. Yeah, I guess I gotta get the ocelots back over. I don't know. Now, let's not forget the... Okay, the iguanas are going to bring back a guy. Place a random one on its starting space with 3 damage. Oh, and the toucans lose 1. And then the iguanas take cover too late, but if toucans are secretive, they lose 1. So, wow, a lot of motivation going down. So they're at a 7. The toucans are back where they started at 9. And these guys have the smaller green things. Yeah, I got to mess up the toucans next. But we'll shuffle these guys up, and we get... Oh, wait, they're identical. So, I don't know. It's an A or a D. We'll say 1 to 6 is the A. Or not. Wait, where was this guy? Oh, B or D is who they are. So 1 to 6 and 4 to 10. So sure, we'll say that's D. He's nearly dead, which means there's a pretty good chance he'll get killed and just lower my motivation again. I don't know if I like that. All right, but the toucans are not going to be secretive again for a while. I think they might have 1 more in this deck. The ocelots are almost out of cards. The iguanas are going to do the sacrificial thing where they deal damage to other people. I don't really love that. Ooh, Nabo did get the toucan invitation. So let's definitely use some movement to head over for that. Although, before we leave, let's maybe... Well, no, this is a really good effect. I was going to say let's leave 2 fortifications, but okay, we got to the leader. We will... I don't think I'm going to win this, y'all. We'll look at 3 cards. We'll definitely do all of these. Okay, Shrouding. Oh, that plays secrets on top. I don't like that. Revoked is great. And Conspiring. If secretive, the iguanas... Oh, man, it's going to make them ally with the toucans. Maybe I put that, but they're going to get... I want to cancel 1. Do I have anything that can cancel right now? I don't have anything that... Oh, I do, actually. Yeah, we have a lost missive right here. Ooh, and... Oh, wait a second. No, Nabo's with the people, so maybe the Gecko can pass him that? I don't know. Let's put Revoked on top to give us some time, and then maybe we can get those other ones discarded or something. I really want one of those... Ooh, It is a great card. Flip the bottommost card, face it from a nearby army's deck, and place it on top of the deck. Well, it doesn't matter because I was going to have them go to the Ocelots, and they're already, not doing much. Right, how should I get the Lost Missive to Nabo in time? I could move over there, but I was thinking I would try to find out what the Ocelots are going to do. Well, I guess we've got a minute, right? Maybe we'll get lucky and get a carrier pigeon again or something. All right, so I'll use guidance, although I kind of wanted to keep it to move to here. Now let's do some scouting. I really don't want them to attack, so let's do cunning retreat to get a survey with a draw. It's just going to draw the hard card, but that's fine. So we'll do the survey first, and we'll find out they are doing chaos again. I mean, low chance that they'll attack, and now that I'm on their space, I get a reroll. So yeah, that's okay, I think. Okay, what's this? Nabo is disoriented. The next time he travels, roll the die, move the full amount in the shown direction. And then I guess it goes away after he travels once. So that's not the worst. All right, so the Ocelots very likely won't attack. So let's save the rest of our cards. We have no idea what the Iguanas are doing. They're doing a sacrificial strike. Oh my gosh. Well, it's just their leader striking. That's not the worst. The Ocelots are doing an unexpected chaos again. Great. And the Toucans are doing a revoked strike. Awesome. So we did prevent that at least. So 5, 8, 1. So once again, which group is it? Stars. And what are they doing? 10. That's attack, but I can reroll once because I'm with them and get 12. Oh, yay. Wait, well, yeah, this is what we wanted, right? They make the Toucans lose one and they switch sides back. That was great because, yeah, the Toucans were doing a little too well. So boom. What's up now, birdies? So that makes the Toucans go down to 8. Okay, I'm feeling this. This is good. Okay, then we got Sacrificial Strike. This part's maybe not great. So first, the Circle Toucan attacks. Circle Iguana, which means he'll attack that guy. And with the armor of the place, he'll do 2 damage. And then each Iguana in the group and each enemy within one space takes 1. Oh, which I don't think is prevented by the place. So the leader does 1 damage to himself. We'll put it down here. That's not too bad. But that 3 damage finishes off that Toucan, which means they're actually losing 2 motivation, 1 for the death and 1 for no longer possessing the Oasis. And I got another horror card. We all love that. But I do feel a little better about the motivation. Look, 6 and 7, so they're 5 away from green and they're 3 away. Oh man, now suddenly I want the Ocelots to be with them again. Oh my gosh, the Toucans are worse off than I thought because I forgot they had a revoked strike, so they don't do anything except drop to 5. Okay, we got to mess up these Iguanas somehow. That's right, so what do we know they're doing? They're hiring. And if the Ocelots are with them, they're going to get 1 motivation. I just want to get rid of that card, but I just used the discarding card, didn't I? Or no, I didn't yet. But also, Nabo's over with the Toucans. Now, what are they going to do? They're going to do conspiring. They're going to gain a motivation. And if they were secretive, so man, if I had put shrouding on top of that, I could get the Ocelots back on their side, which maybe is the right thing to do. I could do that, right? Didn't somebody have a card to like move something? I think the Gecko did. Move 1 or 2 cards from a nearby army to any other position. Okay, cool. So I have to get this to Sabo, and then Sabo can run over, or maybe I send the Gecko over to the Toucans. Yeah. In fact, let's go ahead and use Safe Haven to move 3. We'll go join him. We can trade cards if we want. So I want him to have Lost Missive. He's going to go over to the Iguanas. And then they're going to use this one to move a card to a different position. And I'm going to put this underneath. So this will put a secret card on top. And then the next time they activate, they'll gain 1. The Iguanas will lose 1, and the Ocelots will switch sides, which will get us a little closer to equity, I think. Oh, and we have a secret on top of here. And oh, wait, they're already secretive? So wait, do I need to do that? Because they're already going to do that. Yes, you know what? Never mind. Let's take back their card. So we'll have them hold for a second. Let's see what the Iguanas are doing. Ocelots I'm just not going to worry about for a second. How do you want to get over there? Oh, that's right. Nabo's going to like go in a random direction for their first move. So let's do local contacts and get a free card with the move. Oh, which is a friggin' horror. That's right. Okay, well, it's fine. First, we'll see which way he goes with his current horror, which is 11. And that's upper left. Well, at least that wasn't directly away. Now just 1 move will get me to the Iguanas. So that horror gets discarded. Now we resolve this one. Oh, and it's affecting the Gecko this time. Hallucinations. Discard all cards from your hand. Oh, draw the same amount from the resource deck. I was like, what? Those were solid cards, though. But it's okay. We're going through the resource deck faster. We've gotten all the invitation cards, so I'd love to reshuffle and get back to them. That's going to bring all our horrors back as well. Okay, so now I Really want Lost Missive, right? Cunning Retreat. Even though it's got the free survey, I don't care about the power as much. So let's do that and move, I guess, to this guy. I don't need to be the leader. All right, and I could get rid of the hiring. I could also find out what their next thing is with the improvised order and then discard both of them potentially. Sure. So let's, there's only one card here. Let's go ahead and find out what it is, and it goes on top. Oh, Sacrificial again. I mean, I guess that's fine. I can let that resolve and then save the Lost Missive for later. So, okay, here we go. So we are getting a bunch of shuffling and drawing for the first action here. So it's Sacrificial Strike. Doesn't necessarily sound great for our toucan friends. While the Ocelots are doing Egoistic Chaos. We'll see how that goes. And then finally, the toucans are doing a Conspiring Secret Cover. Okay. Fastest is 6.8, the Ocelots. So what's egoistic again? If the Ocelot side has the higher motivation, which they do right now, yeah, because they're with the iguanas. Okay, that's okay. It's okay. I'm about to switch them. Well, maybe. And then chaos is going to be 6. Okay, the Gear Ocelot, that's their leader, places a fortification. I don't mind that. Okay, next is these guys. So they gain 1 motivation to 6. If they're if they're secretive, which they are, the iguanas lose 1. They're down to 7, and the ocelots switch sides. All over the map with these cats, man. Okay, cool. But now the toucans shouldn't die. And then they're just taking cover. Oh, and if they're secretive, they don't crud. Well, they lose 1 motivation, so they're down to 5. And then all the star toucans attack. Jeez. Oh, great. Bye. So that's 1 more down for the iguanas, 1 more horror for me. And they also do, 3 more to the leader. He's at 4 out of 8. That's not great. That gives us another horror card for next turn. These are building up. We just shuffled the deck, by the way. Okay, and last one is the Sacrificial Strike for the 1 iguana in the woods. Oh, but he can't reach anybody, but he still does 1 damage to himself. Oh my gosh, the iguanas. What did I do? Ocelots, I don't know what to do. I wish the ocelots were dying. Attack the ocelots, everybody. I will say motivation-wise, we're getting there. The iguanas need to lose 4 more, even though they're getting their butt kicked. The toucans only need to lose 2 more. So yeah, I think if I kind of what are the iguanas doing? They're hiring. Ooh, they're going to get the ocelots back? That's good. So the toucans will lose 1. Yeah, so actually that's great. That's perfect. We just need to make it happen before the ocelots murder them. All right, so Nabo's got slightly more cards. Let's do hurry up to move over. Send him to be with the leader, I guess. We'll go and start up with the improvised order and flip the bottommost card. Well, actually, no, let's see what card is coming. Okay, I want to know if they're going to strike too quickly. So let's do Defensive Spirit. And they're going to fortify. So actually, he'll just sit with these 2 cards. If he doesn't need to poison anybody, we're good. Now they're about to get all secret up in here, which is just going to make their next turns more confusing. That's fine. But the Gecko's already with him, and I really don't want this to be a strike. Oh, and they got another discard card. Okay, so let's flip the topmost card of their actual activation. And it's an advance for circle. Oh, to bring their swooping dudes back into range. But that's okay, actually. I think that's fine. So yeah, I'm not going to do anything else. We'll just keep our cards for now. All right, so we're drawing. I'm going to have Nabo get 1 less card, because I feel like he's going to be able to do less of the toucans anyway. Sorry, I mean Tulacho. He's going to be able to do less with the toucans. What card do we have this time? Oh, so this is one of the ones from the little expansion thing. Tides of War. If one side has fewer than the other, yes, roll a die. Oh, the side with less. Oh, God. So either way, it's not great, because I don't want the iguanas to get more. Which one happened? 4. The side with less goes down 1. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Toucans still have a decent way to go, and they're very close to being where we want them. We need the friggin' iguanas to go down. Oh, shoot, but they're about to hire the ocelots. Okay, so what's happening? They're doing a hiring strike. Oh, iguanas. An unexpected fortify, that's fine. And a shrouding advance, that's fine. So really, it's just the iguanas bothering me right now. Oh, sorry, I had the camera too high for all of those. So 3, 7, 7.9. Okay, so they're doing shrouding. Put some secrets on top, which means we can't check what they're going to do when they reshuffle. And then the circle guys move, charging forward. Okay, then unexpected fortify. Their circle unit is going to put a fortification down. Although again, basically nobody's ever attacking them. And here's the big one. So the toucans lose 1, so they're down to 3. They are in the green, and the ocelots switch to the iguanas, and then the iguanas are also striking. And the switching does happen first. Oh, geez, the leader could go in and take the Oasis, which matters because this guy would have attacked them otherwise. So they are shooting just this one at him. So that's 3 damage to the toucans. Okay, we really need the iguanas to get messed up, though. So yeah, I wish that now the ocelots were not. I never want the ocelots to be anywhere. I just want them to not exist in the battle. All right, Nabo's got another discard power. That's good. He can put down some fortifications. He can move cards. Oh, God, he's got 2 of them? Wow, that's good. He doesn't have the ability to draw enough cards to actually use all that. And he's with the Ocelot. I really don't want them to attack, because the toucans would nearly be wiped out. So yeah, let's use this one to look to see what they're doing. They're hunting. So their circle guy can shoot 3, would shoot at the toucan leader and get him near to death. I don't like that. Oh, what if I can get him out of range? I wish I had one of those move a person backward cards. That'd be awesome. Oh, or it's if he just takes no damage. Oh, and what's his name? The gecko is standing on his spot. Can he get enough? Yeah, food poisoning. Okay, let's try this out. Let's try to let them attack just to lower the iguana's motivation. Okay, so we'll do food poisoning to get 1 fortification. We got to block 3 damage. Oh man. Oh, we can't use this round to talk to the toucans because they have secrets everywhere. Got a carrier pigeon. And you know what? These cards are all 2. Yeah. Okay, so let's do carrier pigeon. So he gets to draw. Crud. Okay, we'll reveal that in a second. But then I'm going to have Nabo send his guidance, but he'll keep his discard cards. Okay, but then let's deal with this. Okay, the next time Nabo travels, he has to roll. Whatever, he's fine. But yes, Gecko's going to use this to get 2 more. So that should be enough, unless the toucans friggin' move or something stupid. Hopefully the ocelots will shoot at them, they will fail, and the iguanas will lose some motivation. So we'll hang on to the talking to the leader card for now. We'll hang on to all the discard cards, and we'll pray everything goes well. Will it go well? Who the heck knows? Okay, so the iguanas are advancing. Yeah, that should be okay. But they're advancing while they're doomed. Oh, thank God, because they have 2 defeated people. They would have been +2 attack and +2 defense this round. Actually, the 2 defense might be good in case the toucans end up shooting at them. Okay, the ocelots are doing a surprise hunt. That should be okay, because we should be defending well enough no matter who attacks. Now, the crazy one is going to be the birds. They are secret, and we're shuffling everything. Okay, so they're secretly shrouding. That is nothing. And advancing. Okay. I'm fine with all of that. So nobody... oh, no, the ocelots are the only ones who attacked, and we wanted them to. So let's see how quickly they attack. 7. 7.2. And if this order has the highest... oh, God, they would have switched sides, but no. 7.2 is lower than 8.7 and 7.9. Okay, so iguanas are first. Doom doesn't matter, but they advance. Now, this is interesting. This guy is moving to hang out with the ocelot because they're currently allied. But then I guess we'll break the rules and have enemies and allies in the same space if they switch back. Okay, next is the Shrouding Circle Advance, which just means these guys will be doubling up in one space. That's fine, because they cannot move to an enemy spot. And then the only one that we really wanted to happen works out well. So Circle Guy has 3 range, can reach the leader. He attacks the leader. The leader takes no damage. That means the iguanas are down to 5. Come on, 3 more somehow, and we can win. Well, I will say what's great is now Nabo is sharing a space with 2 armies, so he can freely do stuff. He doesn't need to move and get lost. We got emergency care. I could save that iguana. But no, but I want the iguanas to maybe die. Okay, so I don't want the toucans to get shot, and everybody here could shoot at them. But let's meet with the toucans first. This is our gecko. And I guess I care less about their left up and their motivation and more about whether they're attacking or not at the wrong times. All right, so what have we got? We've got Swoop. The circle guys are going to attack. They would kill an iguana, which honestly I'm kind of okay with. Yeah, okay, because the leader and the iguana is in the same space, and they'd prioritize the iguana with less life. So I don't mind that. Them moving forward is fine. Oh, God. This one, both starred toucans would prioritize the iguana leader and kill him and lose this scenario. So let's have that last. We'll let the iguana die, and I'll try to deal... I just have some discard cards, so that should be okay, I think. I'm not sure what else to do. I don't want anybody to get that at this point. I definitely don't want the iguanas to get it. Well, let's take a break from the gecko and see what Nabo can figure out. Okay, we'll look at the iguanas first. I want them to advance or attack if I can help it. So let's see. Whoops. They are taking cover. And if toucans are secretive, they would lose 1. Interesting. The toucans aren't secretive for a while. You're allowed to like look through. Yeah, they're all like kind of in the middle, so I don't think that's gonna matter. The taking cover part is fine. Should I worry about the ocelots? Have they attacked? They did a hunt. Yeah, and they haven't attacked otherwise. They probably have at least some kind of strike coming, maybe. All right, then let's use one of our lost missives to find out what they're gonna do. I can still use the other one to discard it if I need to. It's chaos again, and we're on their space. I'm not too worried about that. I think we'll be okay. All right, so we'll save some cards for now. And cool, we didn't get any horror cards. That's good. All right, we're almost there, guys. Do me a solid here. Okay, we're doing a doomed cover. Awesome. So once again, they're not really going to get hurt at all. Oh, it means they might not get killed by the swoop either. A surprise chaos. Oh, geez, they might switch sides again. I guess that's good. Rather than be on the ocelot side, or I mean the toucan side. And then an arrogant swoop. Okay. So if they're the fastest, stuff's going to get real. Oh, they are absolutely the fastest. Okay. So first, -1 to the iguanas. Love that. They switch sides. Yes, we were so close. So they are now attacking. Oh, you're in the same space, dudes. Yeah, I think they just stay there. Okay, then we got a chaos with a reroll. So 3 would be he would move forward 1, which he can't. I don't want to re-roll that, right? Because he might attack and just do terrible things. Yeah, and I also don't want the toucans potentially lose more. So yeah, we'll stop there and let it be. Okay, next is the doomed cover. So Circle Iguana gets a ton of stuff. Plus 4 defense and 2 attack. But we're trying to kill this guy, so that's fine. And then finally, Arrogant Swoop. Oh man, they're going to gain back out of the green. And each toucan in this group gets +1 attack. I mean, yeah, they're both attacking that dude. He's super dead. So here, the iguana leader's all by himself now. And they're both 1 away from victory. Oh, we are so close. And I got another horror card coming for me. So yeah, we just got to make things work so they both lose 1 motivation. But we also got to keep... This guy's got 4 life left. And no one on his side. No one has the Oasis. I don't want them to get it. Okay, we can do this. All right, so let's try to find out. We know they're advancing. That part doesn't matter. Let's try to find out what our left cards are. Okay, so I'm going to use local contacts. This is Nabo, who's with the ocelots, but since this can target anywhere, he's going to find out what the leftmost iguana card is. It's revoked. Fabulous. So the iguanas are going to be good. We just need them to not die, and we need the toucans to go down 1. Okay, what can we figure out? Cunning retreat. Flip. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, no, we can't flip the bottommost card because the secret prevents it. So let's just do a regular look at the leftmost toucan card. Conspiring is going to give them +1. I don't want that even the tiniest bit. Do I have Lost Missive? Nabo does. Ooh, I have Carrier Pigeon. Boom. Okay, so I'll use Carrier Pigeon, which means, great, I get to resolve the card. We'll get to that in a second. But Nabo can send 1 or 2 cards. He'll send Lost Missive. And here, I guess I'll send him Mixed Groups. And he'll send Hurry Up to here as well. Okay, what's this horror card? When you survey, flip the bottommost face-down card instead of the topmost. Crud. That means I can't survey because it would be going under secret cards. Discard this when a nearby army's deck has no face-down cards, which is definitely not the case. Okay, whatever. But we can still do Lost Missive and discard that Conspiring. So that part at least is good. They're not going to gain, but I don't know if they're going to lose either. They're still in a pretty commanding position. Well, in a second, that hard card... Oh, no, it won't go away in a while because we still got... Oh, we got the stupid strike. That's going to kill the leader. I forgot about that. We still don't know if the ocelots are going to murder the leader either. Okay, let's use Mixed Group. Yeah, okay, let's use Mixed Group. Find out what the ocelots are doing. Fortifying. Beautiful. Okay, so never mind. We're just going to stop there for now. Good. No horror again. But no, like, cool special cards either. All right, so we got the Revoked, which will bring the iguanas into prime time. The stupid ocelots are going to revoke for the toucans. Are we going to win? Shroud. Yes, I think we did it. I think. Oh, thank God for you. Yay. So this is 3.4, 3.5. Okay, this is first. So they are going to do a Shrouding Advance. That's fine. Oh, they don't even have any secrets to put in their discard pile. So the birds will come join their new allies. But it doesn't matter because revoked, 2, 3, we did it! Oh my gosh, and that wasn't even with all the challenges. You want to see what the challenges could have been for this scenario? Say lethal weapons. Every unit is +1 attack. That would have been terrible. We definitely would have been dead. Then total chaos. After dealing starting hand, shuffle 15 random horror cards into the resource deck. Oh my gosh, we would have so few options. So yeah, this is technically a two difficulty. Gosh, I barely won that thing, but it could have been a 3 or a 4 with these. And yeah, there are 6 of these scenarios. I think now between the preview and this, I've shown you 2 or 3 of them. And yeah, what are my thoughts on this one? It's pretty much the same as what I said in the preview and in the old review. I love the theme. I love kind of how these armies are resolved. I do think this version is so much more interesting than the old one with kind of the new things they added in. The scenarios are really varied and really cool. I adore everything with the production. The storage is super nice. Here, I'll just kind of flash it by real quick. But they have like everything in really nice spots. Sleeve cards fit if you want them to. They have labels for like where every deck and where every army goes in a really smooth way. The map books, I love map books. These work great. Yeah, so production, awesome. Setup time, super good. Straightforward teach. The scenarios do increase a lot in complexity, so you don't want to play like the hardest ones with people right away. But I think this game is great. But my gripes still kind of stand. I love it 1 player. I love it 2 player. When you get to 3 or 4 player, you're only getting often 1 card a turn. And sometimes you'll just give all your cards away to somebody else because they're like in the position that needs to do the most. So I'm not sure it's a great 3 or 4 player game. I don't think each player is impactful enough, but 1 or 2 is fabulous. Yeah, so I love this one. I think it's such a unique theme, this kind of anti-war thing, and I think it's done in a really impressive way. And this new production is fabulous. So, yep, not a lot to say. The game is mostly the same core mechanics as it was previously, but this is the best version of it. It's a beautiful production. They've done a fabulous job, and definitely go and check out Peacemakers Horrors of War. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'm going to close it out with a big thank you to our highest tier Patreon supporters. That's Minkus, J. Willie MF, Steve Wren, and Pedro Lucas. So grateful to all of you and all our amazing supporters out there. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.